Welcome to the Cross the Line Podcast. My name is Carlos Smith, and today we have another special guest with us. I met this brother back 4 years ago at CIAA. It's crazy to believe it's been 4 years since then. I was doing some work with the Source magazine, and this brother is an entrepreneur. He's the plug around here in Alabama. His name is Courtney Harry, a.k.a. Smoove Da Barber. Smoove, what's going on?
What's going on?
Man, it's good to see you again, bro. Like I said, every time I talk to you, I let you know, man, I appreciate you for always, keeping me in the loop with everything. Like I said, we met 4 years ago at CIAA, and it was kind of like towards y'all. I remember y'all came towards the tail end of it.
Yeah.
And we still exchanged information, and we stayed connected. Then I remember we came out here back in 2022 for the first time. Did some interviews with you, with some of your people, and then stayed connected again. And then I know you hit me towards the end of last year, and you was like, "You ready?" Said you ready to do an interview. And I said, "Bro, I got you." So I'm coming back out here. We gonna link. I didn't know it was gonna be this soon, but it was just perfect timing. Where I just feel like it's like God's alignment, man. Like I had the opportunity to do work with the Birmingham squadron, the G League team out here, and I was like, "Well, I'm gonna be in your city, so let's go ahead and get it done." Yeah. So it's all perfect timing, man. But going back to that day real quick though, before we dive into your story, meeting at CIAA 4 years ago, like, what do you remember about that time right there?
That was a good time, man. With me, TSL Fetty, delightful chick on Instagram, which is his PR, Miss Delisa. She had set us up with the CIAA weekend. And that weekend, we also met the baby Thunderful Vegas because we went to their celebrity basketball game.
Word.
So that's what we came. Though we were late. We went to the celebrity basketball game at what was it? A college in the Carolinas. We was at the college down the road, and we came up there. That's why we were late coming up there to the media part because they told us about it. They said, "Oh yeah, I need to go down the street." They got a lot of media for him that he can intertwine and meet some people. So that's how that day went. Just big ups to both of them. We was moving around networking, and that was like one of the first artists I actually like managed. You feel what I'm saying? So yeah, it was pretty cool.
Man, had y'all came probably 15, 20 minutes earlier, he would have been able to get on set. Because at that time, at first it was supposed to have been only like certain artists performing. But then it was just like whatever artist was there, they gave him a chance to go up there and
do that thing.
Yeah, start freestyling and everything. And for me, I was actually I just reached out to the Source just to do some freelance work, just showing them the work that I'm doing. And then like, hey, we're gonna be down here for CIAA. Can you come out here and do some work? So I came. I went out there Friday and Saturday, and I remember HWV performed on stage, and it's another girl. I think Leighton something. I want to say Green or something like that. She was signed to QC.
Okay.
She performed, and then Saturday is when they had the artists come up there, and I remember who was De Niro Ferrar and it's another guy. I can't remember his name. But yeah, they all came up there and performed, and then they just started letting different artists come up there. I was like, man, y'all came up here like 15, 20 minutes.
Got on that stage and hey, put that
Exactly. I was just like, hey man, even though y'all
made good what we could, you know
exactly.
what I'm saying?
We still made it happen, so it was perfect time though. But so we came to your city, and then like I said, you always showed us love when we came out here and connected us with Fat Boy and Yavo, and then a couple of other entrepreneurs in your city. Have you always been like a giving person where like you always wanted to connect people?
Yeah, it was like something I seen growing up with how my folks and how they maneuvered. Shout out to mom and pops. Just were always helping everything I was doing. You know what I'm saying? Or I see them helping somebody just on. Even my dad just letting somebody use his truck down the street, or us, seeing our neighborhood had trash on the ground, so we'll go out there ourselves and pick it up. Just being generous to yourself, loving what's around you. You feel me? So just mom and pops, you feel me? Just watching how they move and them being in me and me being my own person, being my own man.
Yeah. I feel like it's like a southern thing too, like southern hospitality. Like we always, try to look out for our people. I'm not saying people up north or any other region they don't do it, but like for us, we always, stick together. Like we always gonna, try to make sure our people are good. But back to the music part, like I said, you started managing you said TSL Fetty was
Yeah,
one of the first
Fetty.
artists.
Yeah, one of the first artists. Then I had like a few more that came after that. But yeah, he was like the first like I took serious. Like all my artists before that, it was more so like we in business partnership. Hey, I respect you as a business man, even though you young. I'm young too. You feel me? I started this when I was 18 years old on the music end. On the sport end, I started when I was 16 when I had my own recruiting company.
Okay.
You feel what I'm saying? So that's what kind of, you know what I'm saying, just like I said, over time, it was just in me just to help others because the whole time I was doing my recruiting company when I was 16, I was doing everybody for free. And a lot of people, parents used to call me, and this me just posting stuff on Facebook. Me just post stuff on Facebook. At that time, Instagram wasn't a thing, it was Facebook. So I used to be on Facebook tagging 100 people. They'll tell you. Then I tag 100, send it to 100, tag another 100, like I go down my whole friend list. So people been knowing me for like, oh, this. When they say get on your nerve, I got on your nerve. I made you see it.
Yeah, and even now, like I remember when we was talking during the interview with Yavo and Fat Boy, we was like, man, Smoove the plug. Like anytime you go look at his story, he always tagging people, and it's like he knows somebody, and he gonna connect you with with somebody else.
Yeah.
Would you say you always like? What would you say you got that part from? Is like this entrepreneur spirit? Did you have that in your family? Or
yeah. Seeing my folks and them having their businesses, and what they taught me was to always stay at it. Number one. Number two, not to, because they told me what not to do. On top of that, because it was more so I wanted to be the opposite. Anyway, I don't want to be like nobody else. So they, the way they move was like we always had a lot of people around us. So that's a part of me knowing a lot of people too. My family is the main vocal point of why I know as many people as I do, because their business is like people are attracted to the energy of the business, because like you say, it's family oriented. It's all of that. So shout out to my uncle. He had the hair salon and food shack on 3rd Avenue, which is a busy area for us in Birmingham. You know what I'm saying? Anybody from Birmingham, Alabama know what 3rd Avenue has it. It's like a constant freeway, straight action, you feel me? But him having that hair salon and food shack right there and the consistent business, it was amazing. So yeah, it's definitely built in the system.
I was gonna say, so you always, saw entrepreneurs, and I always say, like I see a lot of entrepreneurs, like a lot of people that I sit with, a lot of them have family that were entrepreneurs. So then once that's what they saw growing up, that's eventually what they went on to become. Right. So it's like when you see that, it's like, okay, well they can do it. Pretty much kind of like athletes, when professional athletes they raise their kids up to be in those locker rooms with those other professional athletes. But what's crazy,
they don't mean to cut you off. And what's crazy, we were raised around it, but they didn't raise us to be on it.
Yeah, they didn't force it on you. It was just something but their exposure means a lot.
My uncles and aunties, they can tell, like, you the last one, they just got that. You feel me? Whatever, you got it. Cause my uncle, like, I ain't gonna lie, you the last one with it. So just, you feel me, hone in and really do what you're supposed to do and what's expected. You feel what I'm saying?
That exposure to it just means a lot. So when you see it, they're like, okay, well, my family, they did it, so I know if they can do it, I can do it. Not necessarily saying like you're gonna do the exact same thing that they're doing, but like if it's something that you see,
my own version of better, just even because you should want your people to be better than what you were. So that's the whole goal of me being better than what they were, and keep that maneuver and keep that process going on another level.
So growing up, like what other type of things were you into?
Oh man, sports all day. Every sport you can think of. If I didn't play on the team, I was doing outside of that, on the field somewhere. I'm playing some type of sport, and I was a big team player when it came to just even then letting people be them, letting people get their greatest moments out. You know what I'm saying? Like being a real team player. For sure.
And then when did you feel like in school, like at what point did you feel like, did you know what you kind of like wanted to do as far as like whether it's go to college or get a job?
The first thing I really want to do was be an athletic trainer. Actually, you feel me? Because I used to like tape. Because I used to be on one to tape you and all of that. Man, once I got to my second year, I went to West Alabama. Listen, it woke me up. Hey, because if you go to school, cause that's a whole nother life from school and then just going straight to the workforce or going to the military. Everybody, when you get back to the real world, that's when a lot of people had a reality check of, this is the next step. What am I gonna do with it? Man, listen, I got woke up fast. I went there. My first semester is the first time I ever failed in my life. I made L's, bro, and I was like, oh my god. But it wasn't because I wasn't trying. It was more so I've never been so overwhelmed with work at one time. You feel what I'm saying? It hurt.
Did the outside stuff that came with school, was it an influence? Like you just said, high school is one thing, but like college.
Yeah, and then I didn't go to interracial schools growing up. So when I went, that was my first. I wanted to do that though. To expand my mind. I know I was gonna get slapped with something, so I took that head on though. That's what I wanted to do. So, but I made sure I didn't do it in a big environment. So West Alabama is a Division II school, so you can tell the size variation. You feel what I'm saying? We had big classrooms still though because it's still a Division II. It's not as small. So instead of going like a Bama or a Troy or something like that, that's a way bigger classroom. You really can't one-on-one with your teachers how you want to or your advisors. So I was like, I'm gonna go D2 because I wasn't gonna go to South Alabama, but West Alabama, I ended up getting there through sports, so it made it kind of sweeter. You know what I'm saying, for me. So yeah, man. Athletic trainer was my first option. It wasn't even though I know I was doing a recruiting company because I wanted to join it together, but I saw the medical side just wasn't for me. Nah, I'm gonna stay on the business side. We're gonna keep that rolling. I'm gonna keep connecting people. I seen that was the route. It wasn't taping nobody or learning about no ligaments. So nah.
So did you? Once you saw that, did you finish school or did you know whether to go a different route?
Actually, the last school I went to was in Kansas. By my second semester was Alabama. I had changed my major to sports management, and then I went to school in Kansas. The year prior to that, I went to a private school called Bethany in Kansas. So changed that to sports management, and that was the last school I went to.
And did you after that? Did you know you were gonna come back home? Because I know a lot of people.
Nope. The whole thing was me. I was being a coach and a player at the same time, right? Don't really supposed to do that, but. I was on I'm trying to have my business run, and I wanted to go through coaching for real. I wanted to be one of the coaches to where you gotta hire me. So I come with an edge. So me having my recruiting company at that time was my edge. Me knowing how to get players. So you'll want to hire me. Oh, he know how to get players. He ought to have a recruiting company on the side. Right. Yes, I would want to hire him. You feel what I'm saying? But my company wasn't going to be a profitable company. It was going to be a non-profit company. Because the whole time I was doing my recruiting company when I was in high school, that basically was a non-profit because I wasn't getting paid to do it. I was just doing it. Because when I was sending out somebody else's, I was sending out mine. But mine was first.
But it's smart, though.
You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, that's how, yeah.
How would you describe, just Birmingham? Like, how would you describe, like, for people that may have never been here or just come in, like how would you describe, just Birmingham, just growing up and then like what it means to you?
Growing up in Birmingham my childhood in Birmingham was actually a good one. I went to school right down the street from where we are now, just elementary school. We had a lot of activities going on. We had arena league teams, like stuff we just getting back. We didn't have certain professional teams, but everything was like really exciting. Growing up, to be honest, it was more exposure. I feel like then on a community level, as we got older, a lot of community has diminished, like even from the churches to just anybody that's within the community-wise that helped. It's less help because the people of a certain age group we have to get in tune with. It's our time, and we want new things to happen, but we can't expect new things to happen if we're not engaging with ourselves. And that's getting ourselves right, understanding we are the community now and we have to lead. So, yeah, but my growing up here was very pleasant, for real. Very communalized.
Did you have any siblings or were you the only child?
My brother, I had one sibling, my brother. He's in North Carolina, actually.
Okay.
He went to the military, so on and so forth. So yeah, he's home based in Fayetteville.
Did you feel like it was part of your calling to, come back home and just stay here and kind of like help you?
It was like more of I'm on God's time, and that's where it led. Cause I done been a lot of different places, met a lot of people, and it was like it was just pressurized on me being here. Cause I really wasn't even supposed to come back here. Cause after my semester in Kansas, I told my ACL, and when I was in school, my ACL and MCL, I told both. And I was supposed to come home and have surgery, and I just didn't. Something happened, and I just didn't. And ever since then, they've been like I've been here, so I'm gonna do what I have, like not make an excuse, not hone into what happened. I might have did, like mentally, cause like I said, going from college to back to the real world, then I'm hurt. I'm like, oh shit, I gotta find me a way around.
I was gonna say
I gotta work, I gotta grind, I gotta provide for myself. So that's when the barbering just, I was already cutting hair throughout that whole time, but like really honing in and really getting to it, I had to.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you, like, how did you get into ball? Was it to
Somebody
was you cutting the players on teams, or like?
Ever since the first person ever let me cut his hair was my assistant principal in 8th grade at my middle school.
And just let you cut it hair.
Yeah, I'm confident. So like I'm telling my assistant, yeah, man, I can cut hair. Man, I don't know how to cut hair a lick.
Yeah.
I was like,
And he really took a chance and let you cut it.
Yeah, because I was his teacher's assistant. You feel me? And I worked in the office with him, so it was pretty cool. Yeah, he was.
How did the haircut come out though?
Oh, it was good. And then now you can't tell, but he had the M. You know the M, the.
Oh yeah. So it was kind of like.
I M'd him out. I gave him the on the arch.
No, you could have went ahead and just took it on home and cut all of it off and made
now
it
you can't
easy for
look.
him.
Shout out to Mr. Black, man. He a preacher. He's a preacher in Tennessee right now, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, man, he was like one of my first like mentors, I'd say, opposed to like looking out and putting me aside and knowing I was different from everybody else. Cause I wasn't his teacher assistant just because of I've been knowing him, and you know what I'm saying. It was more so he saw who I was and he was like, hey, come here.
And how did it make you feel to have somebody like that as a mentor that sees something in you and believe in you and just take you under his wing, and he trusts you to cut his hair even though he didn't know you didn't know not.
And that's what and what's crazy. That's what made me get my first clients. Cause you ask like how if you in school you see your partner during, I guess when y'all change the class, he's still in here. Me being a child, I know he supposed to be changing class. He don't supposed to be in the office all day.
Yeah.
He supposed to be in class, but he in here cutting the teacher hair.
Right.
Everybody walking by, girls and all, they seeing him in there cutting.
Cutting hair.
And I'm just smiling. I'm like, yeah, I got her. Yeah, I got her.
Okay, so then you could have at that point in time, but then like I said, you still running
just
business.
playing in and out, getting the cosmetology class in high school. You know what I'm saying? It's probably like 4, 5 dudes in the whole school, but mostly you in there with females because you got to do hair too, so I know how to do both. I just rather cut hair. But, like I said, my uncle owned a salon now, so it's always still in the back of my mind to still open a salon. You feel me? Because that's what I grew up around. People say, hey, I learned from the best now.
Yeah. When would you say that you finally, like, really locked in on cutting hair? Was it when you tore your ACL and your MCL? Was that when you finally locked in on doing hair?
It was like, ooh, I gotta. At the time, I was still active. You feel me? Like I told my ACL, MCL, but it's like they cleared me to play because like all I had to do was have on a knee brace, cause I could still cut and everything to this day. Like I can still do that cause man, when I heard it, I said, bro, I'm gonna rehab that hard, cause I know when I have surgery, I'm gonna have to be out, and that mean the muscle mass in my leg gonna go down. Shoot, I rehab so good. They're like, bro, you can play. Yeah, so what you gonna do? And I was like, nah, I'm gonna just have surgery. I'm gonna go to the Dr. Andrews. He the best. He came with the surgery. Like I gotta go to him. Yeah, he ain't go that way. But you know, I'm blessed to be in a position I'm still in now. You know what I'm saying? And to keep, you know what I'm saying, keeping God first and really going grace and faith. And that's what, you know, that hit me with a lot. I ain't gonna lie.
I remember and you cutting hair, like you really stay true, and you staying true to it. Cause when we went and shot that interview with Diego and Fat Boy, we walk in, you over there lying, Diego walked in.
Even during the whole interview, what I'm doing. Y'all can't even hear. I'm back there doing it right here.
Cutting hair, yeah. And then when Diego finished, then he come sit down beside Fat Boy, and then we all just start chopping up. We got some behind the scenes footage too, man. Like, it was a dope. That was a dope moment just to see you like in action cutting hair.
In the element. Yeah, you can really see it full time. What I'm dealing with, how I'm dealing with it.
Exactly. But that was love. Like, how did you actually? I wanted to ask you how did you meet those two, like Yavo and?
Fat Boy came when I met him when he was younger anyway, cause he was up under me, but I went to school with him. But I went to school with his cousins and stuff like that. Like his big cousins, like people that graduated with me. So he ended up coming up there to high school with me, and when I was in 12th grade, he had 9th grade. Okay. So, boom, he a freshman on the team. You feel what I'm saying? I knew him like that through school, and then how we meet on the music was my little partner Loco, which is my brother Kurt Lowe. That's his nephew, his cousin actually, blood cousin. So he was the one to hang around the older kids and stuff like that. But he was like our righteous little partner. He started them off rapping because that's how I even got on music. Period. My freshman year A&M, because that's where I went. My freshman year of college, I went to Alabama A&M. Freshman year A&M, they telling me, hey, he hit me up, hey, before I'm trying to rap. They told me to hit you up. Like,
that was Fat Boy that told you trying to rap.
Nah, this was who he signed up under. Like, they linked up. Him and Loco linked up. Mm-hmm. That's what he was telling you about when you asked him that question on the interview with him and Yavo, like how he started. Yeah. He was like, my young nigga Low put me on. That's what he was talking about. Okay. Because at the time, he was young. You feel that why he had to say it like that, bro. 17, but he knew exactly what he wanted, how he wanted to do. And I told you, Feta was my first artist I managed. Yeah, I remember. Right? That. He was the first artist I worked with, but I treat him like his own boss. You know what I'm saying? Because I respect him at a certain level because he like me. I hang around older people. Mm-hmm. And that's exactly how he was. He used to hang around us, or even people older than us. Right. You know what I'm saying? But he really inspired the whole rap scene because we got TLE Cinco too. He's from our city. He signed with Gucci now, remember, but he had signed with 300 prior to that. TLE Cinco is part of the wave too of how Yavo is even in his shoes because of how the music game went. Like Namir signed, Namir got out there. He opened up some YB and Namir. He opened up some steam. He from here too, but he goes to Cali, Vane. Then we had RBP.
Not cut you off. Namir, he was with what's the name too?
He would rap a lot.
What was the other? But one of the group of them though.
Yeah, it was Corday,
that's
Almighty J.
Yeah.
But he finna start a whole. Like, I was just talking to him the other day. He's finna start up signing more people. How he did Corday and them, revamping YBN.
So Namir is from Alabama.
He from Birmingham. Okay. Yeah. So it was like a whole domino effect. Like I'm seeing this happen. Like ooh. But it's like a wormhole. Like the sound that they have is like a lot of people even gravitate towards. Like boom, when we came up to North Carolina, like I said, we met the Babe, we met Stomachfolk, and what's crazy is they honed in on the sound hard because I remember one time he posted TSF on his timeline. Boom, he posted TLE Cinco on his timeline. Boom, we like, oh yeah. The sound getting out there because I call it the sound because that's what it is. So if anybody can try to say that the sound, hey now, but that we got that sound and Texas honing in on it, man. St. Louis honing in on it, Tennessee honing in, Arkansas honing in on it. Right now it's in the whole Southeast and we just working our way out.
I remember when after we had connected in CIAA, but then I remember. Seeing you tag Fat Boy, and when I heard him, I was like, "Hey, who is?" I said, "He hard." Yeah. I said, "Fat Boy hard, man." Like you try to set up the interview, and he's like, "Man, I got you." So then you set it up with Fat Boy, and we came down. And I didn't even know. And then right when we was getting ready to leave the hotel, you was like, "I got Yavo gonna be on too." I was like, "I didn't even know Yavo was gonna come on." Man, when I remember, I never forget when I went and posted that picture and told the interview was gonna drop. People from back home in our city, they was like, man, that's big. They was like, man, you got Yavo on too? Mm-hmm. That was like, I listen to music, but like, I ain't as connected to like you and some of the people, my people back at
sure.
home. So when they hit me, I was like, man, I ain't know. Yeah, exactly. They already knew what time it was. But man, like when I heard him, I was like, man, Fat Boy different. Like he got it. He got something with him, man. Like And then how did the situation come with Big Able? Like how? Because I remember Fat Boy was saying something about like one of his people was saying something about
with
studio
the song,
time.
boom, he was trying to. Everybody correlate around each other, like everybody that's in the GML clique, like some of them my partners, like the older people, like them, like my partners. So like, Yavo came around, like I was listening to his music through my partner, GML Rollo, which Rollo Chapo on Facebook, GML Chop Dog on Instagram. He put me down on Yavo, like way before he even started dropping. You feel like, hey man, listen to my little partner, man. Oh, he gonna be fine. I'm trying to tell you, boom. He like, bro, he'll keep me down on when he gonna drop. I watched him play out. You feel me? But this around the time Cinco had dropped his little song, and we had Say Cheese come down here. Me and Fabo were talking to Say Cheese, and Say Cheese ended up coming down here. You feel me? Fabo, he worked with Cinematic for a little while. I think he's still working with. I'm not sure. I don't really talk to him, because we'll talk to him on different time. I just know he'll conversate with him too, because we both were posting the same thing. Right. When Say Cheese finally came down, when Sean Conn had did a showcase for us, it was like 4 years ago. He came down here and did a showcase, and that's when Alabama finally got like another stream, and it's right after Namil. And he came because Namil had signed the year prior, so the next year a year and a half he ended up coming down here and doing a showcase. You feel me?
Namil did.
Now Sean Conn for Say Cheese came.
Okay.
Yeah, and that went how it went. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, man,
y'all got a lot of artists though, man. Like when so you got Fat Boy, you got Yavo, you got Namir. Then at the time when we shot the interview, I didn't even know Rollo was from
Mobile.
Yeah, I didn't even know he was from
man, I can tell you I know everybody about Hard. You feel me? Because I pay attention to even the upcomings. You know what I'm saying? It's that we got Flo Miller. This just Mobile. I'm finna go to Mobile first. You got Flo, you got Blue, you got No Cap, you got Rollo.
I heard No Cap too. Okay.
You got MGM Lit. You got BSC Ziggy. You got Lyric, which is Mr. Big's son.
Okay.
You got if I'm leaving somebody, my bad, but Jay Montana and his clique. You got PB Pluto and his clique. We can go to the gun. You got DA, Super Nard, Junior Boss, Rubber Band OG, DA. I said DA already.
Not even said DA.
Hitmaker DA. And all the three folk cliques, they know who they are. Oh yeah, Eldorado Red. Who else? In his clique, and his youngins. Yeah, in Birmingham we got Lil Bam. You got Fat Boy. You got Cinco. You got YBN. You got NBK4L, which is Bam the whole little label. Yavo started his label, so artists up under him. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, Fat Mac, that's Montgomery too. And then we got Fat Mac from Montgomery, which is, from Mobile. That's Yavo little cousin. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause everybody in the South got some type of tie, some well, man. Yeah. If I miss somebody, oh yeah, Huntsville, we got TC Gambino, you got D. Roger who signed to Boosie, you got my boy Tyree, you got Dope Boy Juice. If I'm missing anybody,
so it's a lot of talent in the. Like,
man,
who would you say was like that? I guess maybe one of the first artists that kind of like broke through like.
I'm missing. We got Rocky in Birmingham. I'm forgetting about the females. I'm tripping. You got Rocky. We got Pat Chanel. Is that her name? Nina Chanel. My bad. Nina Chanel. Tia Ray. K-Way. Like, these people I know that's moving around, and you know what I'm saying? We got a girl that signed the Rock Nation. I forgot her name. Man, it's a plethora. Yeah. I gotta use big word.
Who was the one you said was like that artist that kind of like broke through like from Alabama, like who would you say was like one of the first 1 or 2 people that kind of like
one or two? Oh, you got Blue and like you talking about like as in now? Cause we have time for it. I know how to respect the games and that'd be a big
like who
problem.
I guess like on the mainstream.
On the mainstream, Rich Boy and he out of Mobile. Rich Boy selling it.
Oh yeah.
Okay, boom. Mr. Big, cause you got Lyric.
Mm-hmm.
Then you got what the boy's name that everybody be talking about? No, I'm trying to think about the old head, Birmingham J. Then there's another clip before that. Man,
It's a lot of artists.
oh yeah, Gucci man, for sure. Cause Gucci from
he born
from here, but you know he gonna claim both,
Atlanta.
and I don't blame him. You feel me? I don't blame him.
But he came back home.
Yeah.
I remember when he posted he posted something about he came back home and he showed like this one from him, and then he came back and signed
Cinco.
Cinco.
Yeah.
So that's, but man, like how would you compare like the two sounds of like Atlanta and
Oh, it's
Alabama?
similar. Look who ran it. Gucci one of the people that ran it, and he from. You feel me? All how he acting, the slang, the they don't look up to him for no reason.
Mm-hmm.
So that mean they looking up to over here, and they on the way. They ain't gonna tell you that, but they just gonna be there, and I respect it. That's why I mess with a lot of people on this side of town. We get along just fine.
I want to ask you something else about a couple things about Fat Boy real quick before we kind of transition as far as like music.
Okay.
He had I remember you posted something. Matter of fact, you sent it to me through the DM, and I seen it on his page as well, like in his story or something.
Oh.
He had a situation where I don't know if he signed to him, but he like was in conversation with CMG or something.
Oh yeah. Affiliation with Grip and CMG and yeah.
So he not necessarily signed to him, but
he really, he got a little business situation going on, so he working his moves prior to,
Mm-hmm.
to what going on, yeah. And he got some righteous motion going, just
And
still
then
working.
I remember you sent me where he was doing an interview. I'm not sure exactly who it was, but he was doing an interview, and he was like really showing you love because you like, man, you was the one who kind of like brought him into the studio. Like he might not even been like rapping at the time, but like you brought him through to the studio just to come like be around or whatever.
Right.
But he was just like kind of like showing you love, saying you was like one of the people who like really like embraced him and put him on.
Yeah.
Like, when you hear that from him, like how did that make you feel to for him to like give you that?
To be honest, how I feel about time. Somebody said something. Just being real. That's just me though. They know I'm gonna say something. It's cool, but you know what I'm saying? Like, that mean he actually honed in on a lot of stuff I said, so now I feel like I don't gotta say too much. Y'all like, man, you gotta say nothing, man. I understand. Yeah, I understand that. No, I step back a little bit. I'm still gonna, hey now. But I respect that a long way.
What kind of advice do you give them? Like, cause you around a lot of artists and a lot of entrepreneurs, a lot of people, but like in that situation, like when you see him grow, like and evolve, like what do you tell him, like as far as like keeping his head on straight, keeping his nose? Not saying he getting in trouble or anything, but like what type of advice?
Man, and I'm like that all the time when they see me, like so. Mainly just staying above water. I always have plan B, C, D, cause we are men. We gotta, provide, lead, conquer. Just based on those things, man. Faith, spirituality. You feel me? I'm on all that. You feel me? Cause you gotta have balance in life. You gotta have balance. So like this just a stream of revenue, and as long as you understand this is a stream of revenue, you good. You good. Cause you can't get caught up in what it may seem. You feel me? Because everybody not caught up in the same reality sometimes. You feel me? A lot of the time. So as long as you in reality in the world and understand it's a real world and not an internet world, you good.
What would you say you kind of like? Is it one of them that you feel more passionate about as far as like cutting hair, being involved in music, just being involved in different businesses? Like, would you say he's like one that you more like passionate about, more hands-on with? Well, of course you got it.
Yeah, I'm more passionate. To be honest, I'm more passionate about sports than anything. And people tell you like I sit down and critique sports all day, be getting on that subject. Oh, I'm a hone in on it real hard.
Yeah, man. Like right here, before we start the interview, you was telling me about one of the guys that played for like the Celtics or somebody like the.
Yeah, JD Davidson.
Yeah, like I don't even know who that is. Like,
yeah, bro,
so
hard though.
So you tapped in on, man. You should well, you already do some stuff sports related too, right?
Yeah, I'm finna start my sport agency back up. I finally got somebody that she opened up to me, man. She came to me like, hey, man, I really want to do the sport agency things, and I want to, you know what I'm saying, get some game from you. And she hit me up, and it really opened my eyes on you around all these other people, and you really can't be messing with other people. You feel what I'm saying? But you chose me out of everyone, so that made me really hone it. Shout out to Janice, man. We finna crank some things up. That's what I'm trying to bring out me tonight. She can't make, you know what I'm saying, to the game tonight. Hey, it's all good, but she's definitely somebody we finna hone in and work on this sport agency shit and stuff. So time I, you know, get that in order, you'll be hearing from me.
I think you gotta like the impact that you can make on your community as far as like being, you know, connected to these artists, and then, you know, the love for sports. Like you could tap in with like some of the young up and coming talent, you know, showing like this would take, you know, and then you, of course, you know, hip hop is a part of the sports culture. So when you put those two together, man, that's a powerful impact. Plus you can, you know, show them like the artists and like have artists talk to them like, hey, these are the do's and don'ts. Like,
cause at the end of the day, it's all this is honing around entertainment. When you go, when you're in the sport where it's still entertainment. Once you figure out that's your job, it's still entertainment. So, yeah, man, understanding that part of the game and doing it early, it really got me, you know what I'm saying, locked in. You know?
And then what I think about is like being able to, you know, connect with the younger athletes before they even get to a certain level of like fame or whatever it is. Well, and when you can talk to them early and invest in them and you know, just support them and help them, and then they look back on it like, man.
And then you got the NIL stuff going on now, man. So I really want to, especially him, man. I don't want nobody to get ganked, man. So I'm really trying to get my stuff out of the early and just really lock in on that, man.
The NIL changing
this summer is gonna be
NIL changing the whole landscape of stuff now. It's like, man, it's like free agency.
I gotta hop in now, bro. It's
like free agency now. It's like the way, you know, we in Alabama, like the way Alabama was dominating that Nick Saban era. I don't know if a team will be able to me personally, this is my opinion, I don't know if it's going to be a team that's going to dominate like year after year like that now, because how Alabama was loaded with 5-star recruits on starters and the backups. Like now, like those guys ain't waiting no more. Like I'm going to go to somebody who's going to pay me and put me on the field ASAP.
Yeah.
Like they still might have talent like that.
And that really changed Nick Saban. Because you got to think about it. If he got to go through players and I got to go through my coaches on top of that. See, people forgetting we losing the OC and the DC every year. We losing a wide receiver because we losing a coach.
Yeah.
Every year.
They pulling him from Alabama.
Yeah. Every year. So he is basically a system of getting people in and out regardless.
Yeah.
So he already strained from that and got to keep. So I got to find out what grown man I need to help teach some children. Then I got to find some children too. Oh my God.
Yeah.
I'm going to. Well, young, I ain't gonna say children, young men. Man.
But now they getting paid, man. So that's.
Yeah, man. That's where this how you get a young person like me to come in. Like, hey, I'm gonna put you around them. Hey, lock them in. Cause you can get them the real, the ins and outs.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Put them onto something that's gonna help them in life, like really grow them. You feel me? Like as long as me and coach had that type of relationship, and I understand that type man you is. Oh, I'm trying to lock in with you for real, cause we can save them and keep them going. Cause like now, yeah, they can go buy their mom a house or so and so. If they really don't have it, that's great. But actually knowing what to do with your finances and knowing these people are really for you is gonna be that big moment now. Cause they can actually come talk to your son that early. You know they don't know that much. You know it. So now the parents own it more now, I can say. But they still gotta know what's going on. They still gotta be put in the right direction. So it's
they still need that financial advice, because if a parent has never dealt with that type of money,
they don't know how
they ain't gonna know. And then you don't want to set your kids up to fail and put them behind the 8 ball, because man, that's a lot. And I'm happy that the players are getting the money because they deserve it. But man, you talking about 18, 19, 20-year-old dealing with hundreds of thousands, if not millions of dollars at a young age. That's a lot to deal with, especially when we.
A lot of ego to deal with.
Yep, you never seen that
That's
type of money
man
before.
too.
Yeah, that's a lot. And then, like I said, then that type of money. Then you on campus with all that temptation. You on the football team.
Yeah, that shit.
It's a lot. It's
now,
a lot to deal with.
now it's finna hone in on these parents though. That's what a lot of bro. Now that they gave it to the parent, like what y'all gonna do? What you gonna learn? You gonna keep learning? You gonna keep progressing? You feel what I'm saying? So as a man, like I be telling folks, like worry about home first, worry about you first, worry about yourself. That's community. That's you. You are the community. If you stand, you paying taxes, that's your home, and that's a community, not just where you stand at. See, people done got too selfish. Back in the jails, everybody can leave their door open or can go get some sugar out of somebody else's house, but I can go to your house and do the same thing.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? And it's something my grandparents and just my aunties and uncles, I got older people in my family.
They used to be able to leave the doors open.
Come on now. And I know this because I used to do it. Like I used to walk down the street with my auntie, everybody door open. Everybody, even my neighbors. You feel what I'm saying? So, yeah, man, we just got to get more communalized, man. That's from the churches to the people. But you got to worry about yourself first to make that happen.
With you, you know, being a people person, being in helping connect so many different people. Like I say, you did the same thing for me when we came down and connected us with different people in your city. Do you ever feel like, even the good things you're doing, do you still feel like sometimes you feel like unnecessary, like, I guess, hate or like maybe somebody just like ill will towards you because of the stuff that you're doing?
It's all the time, but it's already expected. So I just really try to block it out. It's gonna be in your mind, but you just gotta keep putting that same action. You gotta kill them with kindness. You just gotta work, and my work will always speak for itself because of people all the time. Because I be feeling like sometimes even if it's not hate, it's like, oh, you ain't well. You supposed to be this way, or you should have put more time into this, or I don't even want to hear that, and it really hurts my nerve. But I realize like it really helps me get more stern on what I'm doing. Hey, I'm a perfectionist, so it really slowed me down, but I need to be slowed down. My mom was like, hey, slow down. See, I went hearing it, but I forgot mama's intuition or everything. Then I'm a baby boy too, on top of it, and our relationship different. So when she say certain things, and I hit a lot different, more so it ain't simplified no more, because now I'm seeing what she's seeing outside of, you know what I'm saying, outside of me. So
what other, you know, of course you're barber, you talking about, you know, the sports agency. What are some other things, like some other goals, you know, that you have planned for yourself in this year and then and going forward? What are some other goals?
This year I plan on finishing up my nonprofit for the kids. Financial literacy is like the main vocal point. I'm honing in on the sports side of that, just having me 7-on-7 teams, flag teams, swim teams, like every team you can think of. But I'm gonna start small. You know what I'm saying? Football, basketball, baseball. Helping those kids market themselves, put themselves out there on another level through a nonprofit organization. But also on the financial side, when you get to young men, I want them to understand, hey, our young men need help, because women already have a lot of help when it comes to like government assistance, things of that nature. So us learning financial literacy earlier with credit and everything else and building that up, that's my goal. My goal is to start this nonprofit, help our young men understand money, so we can learn how to put that money in a real circle and keep it going. Because people are like, oh, you don't have this or you don't have that, but my money working for me with my network, who I know is helping me stay above, way above water, being blessed, being grateful and graceful for what I have and not what I think I need. You feel what I'm saying? It's two different things. It's a two-way street. You feel what I'm saying? So, yeah.
I know you talk about so many different things that you have planned for your community and helping uplift our people. Was there ever a thought for you though? Like I said, I know you left and went to Kansas for school, but you still eventually came back home. But was it ever a thought for you, like, man, in order for me to do the things I want to do, in order for me to be successful, or was ever thought that, you know what, I might need to, leave Birmingham and go somewhere else and to do what I want to do?
Yeah, man. It's gonna be a time. It's gonna happen soon. But whenever it do happen, I'm still gonna have so much intertwined here. I'm gonna have to fly back and forth. So it ain't like I'm gonna be missing.
Right,
nothing.
right.
So yeah, man. And it's coming soon. That's probably what I think. You feel what I'm saying? But it's man all the time.
That's one thing. Like that thought comes to my mind a lot. Actually, especially business wise, doing the things that I'm doing as well. It's like, man, sometimes, and I know a lot of people tell me sometimes it's okay to like leave home and go get those resources you need, and then come back home and bring it.
And I see what they saying on that now though. Like you really have to, cause like people already be stuck on like they know you or is this, because they will help with the barber and they will make me a back off and be like, do you really want to pay me? Nah, I'm not here to get free game no more. Because the barber is like a therapist too. So I'm just here talking to you. I'm giving off my energy because I got to touch you on top of that. So I'm transferring some type of like, because you already trusted me on top of that. We got to have a whole conversation now. Because now I got to interact with you, because if you in my chair, we interacting for sure. That's another thing when I get into my barber, man, I really want to be I'm pushing executive barber. I'm pushing, when you know you're getting my services, it's a certain service that nobody else is giving. From the cut to the conversation. You feel what I'm saying? When you leave here, you feel impacted, and you got a fresh cut to go make the impact happen out in the world. You feel what I'm saying?
That cut make you feel like a whole new man.
Yeah, man. So my new term is executive barber, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what I'm pushing.
We touched on it a little bit before we started this interview, as far as like, sometimes not feeling like that support is not necessarily the way you would want to be at home. Let's talk about it a little bit more. Like, why do you think that support is not as strong sometimes?
Because they feel like they know they already looking up to what you got going on. They learning from you. Like, that's something I'm learning every day. Like, they still learning from you too. You feel what I'm saying? So that's why, like, when you ask, you think about leaving, yeah, because if I don't keep going, hey, that's gonna make them feel like, I can do what he do now. Nah, you can't. You still learning too, because you still looking at me still. You feel what I'm saying? So I had to really be thankful for that, and also know that I need to lock in even more. I need to figure out who else I need to know. I'm figuring out another avenue to keep myself progressing. That's why I had church, because I knew I was gonna be that locked in on really chasing what I need to, you know what I'm saying, just put in place when it comes to networking.
And I think something else that's important too is, like, even when you leave home, that's fine. Like, go if you have to. Like, certain careers you might have to like leave and go do what you need to do. But I think it's a big difference in like leaving home to do what you need to do, and then like if you leave and then still just talk down in your city, like where you from. Like, to me, I never understand why people do this. Like, why you talking down on where you from? Like, home is home, man. Like,
home at the end of the day.
Like, even if I were to leave, I'm never gonna talk bad about where I'm from. Like, I love being able to travel the country and then tell people, like, man, I'm from Jonesville, South Carolina. I love being able to tell people that even though they don't know where it's at, they might be like, now what is it? Like, what's that?
What is it about? Yeah.
Yeah, but I'll never be one of those people that's gonna talk down and say, man, I can't stand where I'm from, and in order to leave my city, you gotta make it. Then when you tell people, like, in order for you to make it, you gotta leave your hometown, you putting doubt in those young people's mind, like, man, well, they leaving and they saying that you gotta leave to be successful, then they already think they gotta do
like, at some point, you know, so you gotta maneuver, but like you say, home will always be home. So like,
and just don't tear it down.
It might be 10 years. Yeah, just don't tear it down. It might be 10 years leaving and come back. Because I'm in Alabama. This is a retirement state. So at some point, yeah, you deal with go live and live life, boy. Get what? I know you own something else. So you don't that home house in Alabama, so you don't come back home. You know what I'm saying? So,
but just don't tear it down. That's my thing.
It birthed you. It raised you. So like, it made you who you were. So, you don't do that.
Man, even on the larger scale, when you see Charlamagne on the Breakfast Club, when he talk about where he from, he said, man, I'm from Moncks Corner, South Carolina. Like, he'll let you know that's where he from. Like, he from South Carolina. It's home. You don't hear him talk down on it. I mean, even though he's up in New Jersey, New York for the Breakfast Club.
Right.
But he don't talk down on where you from. And to me, that's a huge part of like doing what you do and being successful. Like, man, embracing where you from and helping to uplift those people. Like, go back, even if you never move back to where you from. Like, give back some kind of way, just to do something. Help uplift them and show people like, hey, if I can make it, you can do the same thing.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Not necessarily saying you're gonna do the same career that I'm doing, but just being able to talk.
And me understanding like, yeah, you don't want to put no negativity into the world or nothing like that. You want to put in positivity, but negative and positive only go together. So it's like, me understanding that part of life, sometimes you got to get on somebody. You got to tell somebody the truth about themselves. You know what I'm saying? It might be to them, it might be a negative energy, but that's cool.
Right.
Because it's going to be an understanding in between them lines. You feel me? Because positive and negative go together, whether we like it or not.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It's always going to have to take the good with the bad. I have a few more questions. For you, it's been a topic that's come up somewhat. People talk about, like code switching. How important is it for you, like, as you climb your ladder of success and entrepreneurship, like being able to like move around in like a like a corporate environment? Like you said, we may end up going to the G League game tonight. Being in a corporate environment like that, but also being able to stay connected with the people. Like, you can be in a corporate environment like that, but also stay attuned to like your community and not feeling like you're not too far removed from the people.
It's not a hard balance to keep up, but you know what I'm saying, it has its trials to it, because people want to come and you can't be like, you can't say it too unforceful, you know what I'm saying? So all in all, it's pretty cool though, because I don't understand they can't be there.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's not for them. But I always make an opportunity for somebody to come. Always. Right. You know what I'm saying? But it's upon who I choose, because I know everybody not for every situation.
Exactly.
So,
and like you said, the real, genuine, honest people, like, they don't understand, like, okay, I know he got to go do his thing. I can't be there, but we'll link up, when he come back, and then we'll chop it up like.
Because if it's something that we all can be at, I'm going to make sure all my people are in the best tip-notch shape it is.
Exactly. What advice would you have for people as we get ready to wrap the interview? Like, so people might look at you, they might want to be a barber or whatever it is in life. Like, what advice would you have for them as far as like, going after that dream?
Grind. I always stay locked in. Never take no for an answer. Stay grounded. Have grace. Have faith. Just motivate. Always stay motivated, whether you have nobody or not. Whether you have somebody you feel like that's in your corner. There's a lot of times I don't feel like nobody in my corner. Then there's times where I had to realize there's certain people that's in my corner. It might not be the way I like them to, but that's their place. You know what I'm saying? So just really locking in with self, understand where your mind at. You know what I'm saying? Just hone in with self, bro. If you hone in with self, everything else gonna flow right into itself. Because if you know you better than anybody else, you going in a room being as confident, now your confidence hit that room. So work the room now.
You mentioned a key word, and I was watching an interview with Cootie and Chike. They shot an interview. They shot the Kanye Genius documentary that's on Netflix. Man, I love that documentary. And the word they mention all the time in that interview is like faith. They always mention like God and faith. Like how important has God and how important has faith been for you on your journey?
Heck, I done had a lot of different, not ups and downs, but a lot of learning experience from just practicing what you preach. So it's like if I'm not doing, I'm not gonna talk about it. I'm not gonna bring it up, none of that, because that's not being true to self. You feel me? I'm gonna be true to self for anything. But I be thinking about it like this. I be watching Charles White now, and I be paying attention since he been out. And one thing he said, he was like, yeah, man, the people not gonna take you in kind of when you trying to do the right things by people, you feel me? And I understand where you're coming from, because like, I could be moving in that same form, and I'm seeing how people, they mess with it, but they want you to be that one set weight. They don't want you to levitate and have the righteousness at a point where you glorified, kind of, sort of. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So that's the balance of what I'm trying to get in my mind. Where, hey, I gotta block a lot of stuff out, maneuver how I want to at my graceful point and my faithful point. I keep going. And however that, which way it lead me, I just gotta run with it. You know what I'm saying? But I'm never gonna put myself in a situation where I feel like I'm gonna have people. I mean, people ain't gonna like everything you say.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying? But I'm gonna try to keep my face card kind of a certain way. But you gotta take me as I am. Now I ain't gonna say I'm perfect.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Ain't nobody perfect,
yeah,
man.
but I'm definitely right by people though, always.
Man. Yeah. And I got my last final question that I like to ask everybody at the end. We sit down, travel the country, interview entrepreneurs. I like to ask everybody, what does self-investment mean to you?
Self-investment means taking the time out to love yourself, fight for yourself. That's first and foremost, because some people probably take it as probably money or something like that. Self-investment means your hygiene, your thought process. You feel what I'm saying? The way you go about life every day. You feel what I'm saying? What time are you investing into yourself to make you better every day? Even if it's waking up doing one push-up a day, now they turn into 2. You feel what I'm saying? Just try to gracefully get better every day. Self-invest into self.
Absolutely. Always good to bet on yourself, because at the end of the day, it's all you got. It's all you got at the end of the day is your word, and keep your word and bet on yourself, man. Well, Smoove, I appreciate you, man. Like I said, I had to make sure I kept my word. I told you when you hit me back in December, say you ready to do an interview. I said I got you. I wasn't necessarily sure when we was gonna be able to link up, but man, we got it done.
Finally got it done.
Yeah, so this is my second time actually being in Alabama. Like I said, first time we came a couple years ago when we shot the interview.
Yeah, with Mike and Muffin.
Yep. Shout out to them too. Yep. You helped facilitate that too.
She might come to the game. Let me hit Muffin up, man.
Yeah, shout out Muff Deezy too. Yeah. Man. But yeah, you so man, I hate because we didn't get you. We tried to get you on. We did our roundtable interview in the last year. I tried to call you, but I think you was in the car. You was going somewhere, and then by the time you had hit me back, like
man, it was wrapping it up.
So I was like, dang, I hate because we couldn't get you on. But it's all love, man. Like I said, we still down here. We got this interview done. You sent me something not too long ago too about was you some kind of music thing or something you going to CIAA? I'm not CIAA. South by Southwest or something?
Okay, yeah. South by Southwest coming up with my guy Will Hustle in Atlanta. We linked in on Bread Gang TV and Making the Magazine and a few more other people. We helping Bread Gang TV do a reality TV show that's going to be on his streaming site, which is Bread Gang TV. So you guys want to tune in with me, please do. We need more ads, clothing brands, actors, like the whole nine, because there's a lot of different avenues this TV wave is going to go on, you know what I'm saying? So lock in, get some promotion, you need some content. Hey, we got a content house coming too, you feel what I'm saying? So all content creators, dancers, models, if you want to crisscross and do something else different, hey, now is the time to put that work in and really chime in, man. Bread Gang TV, Will Hustle, Anytime USA, you know what I'm saying? Oh, yeah, my boy Yavo has a tour coming up. Make sure y'all tap in on Big Yavo's Instagram. Yeah, man.
He's doing big
lot of work.
Shout out to Yavo, shout out to Fat Boy for sitting down, having a conversation with us, man. Smoove, I appreciate you. Man, I was telling Calvin, my boy Calvin, shout out my dog Calvin, because he came with me the first time. And we was joking, man. I was like, man, Smoove really plug right here. We tell people, man, if you need something, you looking for something to eat, so you need to find the shoes, clothes, you need an oil change, tires rotated. Smoove know everybody for everything around here. Yeah. So you gotta tap in with him because he the plug around here. Yeah, for real. You need a haircut? That's your guy too.
There we go. You need your hair braided, slice and dice. You need your eyebrow did. You need your toe done. Hey, what you need, I got you.
Man, my boy do it all. He do it all, man. So Smoove, I appreciate you again, man. We definitely gonna link up again. But hopefully everybody enjoyed this episode of the Cross the Line podcast. Till next time, keep chasing your dreams. Thank you for listening.
Yeah.